what I would say is, if you're like me at all, you're probably terrified about thinking about spending a weekend with 300 other men. Doesn't sound like your cup of tea. That was me. I really had no want to go, but something kept calling me to do it. I had given my life to Christ after having an affair on my wife and almost losing my family. And it was men who built me up. It was men who carried me through that. And it was men who led me to Christ. And so these same men kept telling me, you need to go to this men's advance. So I went, even though I was terrified of it, even though I didn't want to go. And I'll tell you, I'm glad I did.
The men's advance is a great opportunity where God can meet you. We can go to church, we can go to men's groups, we can go to the men's forum, and we'll have a few hours to let our baggage stay at the door, to break down our barriers and connect with God. But too often we pick those bags right back up. And we just had this 2 hours, this little glimpse of time to be real with God. Well, one advantage at the men's events, you got a whole weekend to let that baggage stay. Let those worries, that burden stay at the door. And let God work on your heart. You can pick up your baggage if you want at the end of the weekend, but it's a great opportunity to have a life-changing moment.
I'm one of the wives of a man that has gone to the men's advance, and I just want to tell you about the huge change that I have seen in my husband. It has just been really amazing to me. When we first got married, he went to church and he believed there was a God, but he kind of did it because he knew he was supposed to. He didn't really want to believe. And 3 years ago, when he first went to men's advance, he came back and there was an obvious change when he came back from that first weekend that he was with the guys. And it's just been an amazing change over the last 3 years to see how he has developed a love for God. And the men that are in this program with him and everybody that comes in, and just to see how much he's reading his Bible and reaching out to the other guys, it's just been amazing to see that.
I had gotten in a motorcycle wreck and really kind of walked away from God. I grew up in the church, but after my wreck, I had really just kind of put God on the back burner, just really wanted nothing to do with him. As my wife has stated recently, she was not quite sure what I was doing with my life, but really wasn't telling me about it. But I came to one of the forums 3 years ago and had an awesome breakout group time with two of the guys from the church I go to. But not just meeting the guys at church did it. It was meeting everybody there, and all of the programs and things that they have going on during the advance just really kind of changed the way I looked at my relationship with God and my relationship with the guys around me at church. Just really, the advance just really did things for me. Now it's just an awesome opportunity and something that you really should go to if you get a chance.
The advance for me gave me a new light on life. It gave me the opportunity to reconnect with my daughter on a real personal level, and to let her know and go apologize to my family for, the wrongs that I had done. But for me, it was a real eye-opener, a real change of my heart. I could start reading, God's word and say, I get that, I understand it now. The blinders were off. I could fully understand his word as to what he meant, and not look at it and try to make it to fit my needs. And so for me, it was all about him at that point, and no longer about me and what I want and who I wanted to become. It was all about putting it in his hands and trusting him and allowing him to work in my life.
If you attend, there will be two reasons for you to attend. One, you are going to get something amazing out of it. Two, God's going to use you in an amazing way. There's someone there that needs you there. Someone that's going to hear your story, have a conversation with you. You're going to change your life because your story is their story. The way God has worked through your life is an open door for them to say, wow, maybe I do have hope. Maybe there is a loving God that's really going to be there for me because your story is his story. And someone will be that for you as well.
Not only the amazing teaching and worship that will rock you. It's not just the breakout groups, the free time. In the free time, I was rocked. A conversation with another gentleman at midnight, walking through the courtyard. And that night I learned how to let go of shame. I learned how to accept God's forgiveness.
I remember many, many years ago, a gentleman shared his testimony at the men's advance, and that story rocked one man's life. And from that weekend, he went home, healed his marriage, healed his relationship with his children. And then a year later, he shared his testimony, and that rocked another man's life. And that man became a leader of a church. And you could see that the ripple effect can go on and on and on.
I just want to encourage you, all you men out there that are sitting in the forums, that be bold, take that step. Put the fear aside. Don't worry about the money. If that's the only thing that's holding you back, don't worry about that. Your heart's what's important. Your family's important. So I encourage all of you to put yourself aside. Enjoy the forums. Come on out to Men's Advance. Enjoy what God has in store for you. See how he's going to change your life, because he changed me so much, transformed my life, and I feel he can do the same for all of you.
Lay down your fear and go. It will change your life. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
So make yourself available. I highly encourage you guys to attend. It will be an amazing weekend. Hope to see you there.